The final part of your pharmacology in nursing will be Filipino cultures, values, and practices in relation to drug administration. So we'll be focusing on the different uh, attributes of the Filipino culture, lives, and system, especially in administration of medications. As the diversity in the patient population is growing, there is also an increasing number of diverse caregivers. Among them are the Filipino care or healthcare providers, most of whom are nurses. Understanding the Filipino culture, values, and practices in relation to drug administration is so important as it affects the way they assess the needs and provide care for their clients. Like any other ethnic group, Filipinos have become acculturated at various levels and in integration of their cultural beliefs, values, and behaviors that affects their caregiving attitudes and practices. Filipino children tend to cope with illness with the help of their parents. They usually rely on their parents and will do their best for the well-being of their children. Filipino adult patients tend to cope with illness with the help of family and friends and by faith in God. Complete cure or even the slightest improvement in a malady or illness is viewed as a miracle. Filipino families greatly influence patients' decision about health care. They may even resort to utilizing traditional home remedies such as alternative or complementary means of treatment. They may discuss their concern with a trusted family member, friend, spiritual counselor, or healer. Seeking medical advice from family members or friends who are health professionals is also a common practice among Filipino under adults or Filipino older adults and their family members, especially if severe somatic symptoms arise. Now, there are some coping styles common among elderly Filipino in times of illness or crisis that includes number one, practice and endurance. We call tiyaga, which is the ability to tolerate uncertain situations even though they feel bad and never drink medication. Then we have flexibility or lakas ng loob, which is being respectful and honest with oneself and that everything will be or will turn out to be fine. Then we have humor, tatawanan ng problema, which is the capacity to laugh at oneself in times of adversity. Number four, you have fatalistic resignation or bahala na system, which is the view that illness and suffering are the unavoidable and predestined will of God, in which the patient will not allow to take any medications and even the physician should not interfere. And number five, conceding to the wishes of the collective, pakikisama, to maintain group harmony that makes them feel well. Now, for the health beliefs and practices, they are oriented towards protection of the body by some Filipinos. Number one, flushing, which is the body is thought to be a vessel or container that collects and eliminates impurities through physiological processes such as sweating. You also have vomiting, expelling gas, or having an appropriate volume of menstrual bleeding. Number two, heating, which adapts and the concept of balance between hot and cold to prevent occurrence of illness and disorders. And number three, protection, which safeguards the body's boundaries from outside influences such as supernatural and natural forces. Now, new technologies related to drug administration. For health services to be effective, drugs and technology must be available, efficacious, of high quality, safe, and rationally used. It is a health system's role to achieve these objectives in balance with other necessary resources. Advances in technology such as new drugs or diagnostic equipment can improve health outcomes and the overall performance of a healthcare system. But innovations also present challenges because their introduction alters the balance between resources and often increases the cost of care. In the past few decades, revolutionary advances in medicine and technology have altered the roles of hospitals and primary health and community care facilities. Pharmacologic tech advancements. There are 16 technological advancements in pharmaceuticals to reinvent healing or in reinventing healing. Number one, we have precision medicine. It is an approach that merges clinical and molecular information to understand the biological basis of disease. This information can be obtained by transforming DNA into data. The process of converting DNA into data is also called genome sequencing. Later on this information, it is used by the researchers to identify the specific gene abnormalities or biomarkers to understand the effectiveness of drugs on a different type of patient. Number two, you have your health sensors. Pharma research institutes are doing research on developing the healthcare with the use of smartphones. Smartphones with advanced sensors and powerful processors can take measurements, track movement, and record information that are being used by the researchers to improve healthcare. Apple has several health applications for clinical research on iPhones. The apps are targeting the diseases such as diabetes, asthma, cardiovascular disease, and breast cancer. Number three is 3D printing. 3D printing builds the pill by spreading layers of the drug on the top of one another until it reaches to the right dose. It allows the pill to deliver a higher dose of medicine up to 1,000 milligrams. It is porous enough to dissolve quickly. It is beneficial for patients who have difficulty swallowing their medication. Nanotechnology. It is the microscopic technology that ranges on the scale of between 1 to 100 nanometers. Nanoparticles can easily travel around the human body in the bloodstream. The nanoparticles help in the delivery of anti-cancer drugs and to reduce toxicity. Nanotechnology can track patients, take their medication to encourage increased adherence. Next, number 5 is nanobots. The medical research institutes are also researching the potential use of microscopic robots. These robots are known as nanobots. Nanobots are made up of two different words We have nanotechnology and robots. It can be consumed by the patient in form of pills or it could be injected. Synthetic 3D tumors. The synthetic 3D tumors provide a better look at how tumors behave and a more accurate measure of how they respond to treatment. Synthetic 3D tumors can help the researchers to study the development, metastasis, invasion, and treatment of cancer cells from patients. They can also use this model to test the safety and efficacy of new cancer treatment therapies and drugs. Number 7, microenvironments. Researchers have developed a chip that is capable of stimulating a tumor's microenvironment and plan to use the new system to test the effectiveness of nanoparticles and drugs that target cancer. Number 8, advanced instrumentation. It is another important aspect that brings the advancement in the pharmaceutical industry. Nowadays, pharmaceutical research centers are introducing new and advanced instruments which help in healthcare and find treatments for various diseases. Number 9, bioinformatics. A recent study reveals that the researchers will involve the use of informatics to drive the development of therapies to bring value to the healthcare system and patient at low cost. The social media programs become one of these technology drivers. In some patients, or in these patients, will connect online to share their experiences with different diseases. Number 10, medication therapy management. The medication therapy management services include drug use review, drug dose adjustment, comprehensive medication review, order and review lab tests, immunization, and the rest. The medication therapy management will enhance medication use and patient outcomes in patients suffering from chronic diseases. It will cut the cost and improve the quality of care and patient safety. Localized drug delivery. A pharmaceutical research institute has developed two drug delivery technologies. You have microcapsules and nanocoating for delivering the drug. The microcapsule technology involves the use of microcapsules that can be injected or delivered in a fine mist directly to the site of injury. In nanocoating technology, a nanocoating of interleukin-12 is directly applied to pain pumps, pacemakers, artificial limbs, and other biomedical devices. Utilization of supercomputers to make complex decisions. That's number 12. Taking medical decisions with the help of artificial intelligence using the power of supercomputers will restructure everyday medicine. IBM Watson has been used in different ways to analyze huge data, not only in research but also in biotechnology. A machine can analyze the data with greater speed and accuracy than a human being. Number 13, drug experimentation on stimulation models or simulation models. Earlier, the drug experimentation is done on animals or human beings, but now the research institutes are doing research on simulation model drug testing. Drug will be tested on simulating models physiology of the human body with the use of supercomputers. By using simulating model drug testing, no one would get hurt in the drug testing process. Cell-free fetal DNA testing. Pregnant women need fetus testing to identify chromosomal defects like Down syndrome and Edwards syndrome. This test has a risk of miscarriage and it increases the stress of pregnant women. The test requires the collection of cells that is quite harmful to the unborn baby. But with the advanced technology in the pharmaceutical industry, this test can be done by using the mother's blood. It is a cell-free fetal DNA test. It is not harmful to the baby and the mother as well. Number 15, robotic surgery. This is another important advancement in the pharmaceutical sector. It is set to grow in the upcoming years. Using this technology, surgeons can perform complex and delicate surgery procedures that are difficult using other methods. Number 16, wireless brain sensors. The advancement in technology allows the doctors and scientists to create bioresorbable electronics that can be placed in the brain and they can easily dissolve when they are not required. When they are when this device is present, it will help doctors to measure pressure and temperature within the brain. Since the sensors are able to dissolve, there is no need for additional surgery. So that will be the pharmacologic advancements or technological advancements. We have the nursing core values as applied in pharmacology. We start with caring, a nursing core value. Caring is best demonstrated by a nurse's ability to embody the 5 core values of professional nursing. Core nursing values essential to baccalaureate education include human dignity, integrity, autonomy, altruism, and social justice. The caring professional nurse integrates these values in clinical practice. Therefore, it's no surprise that there are more of them working in the field than any other healthcare professional. Nurses, they operate on 6 core values which are commonly known as the 6 C's. We have care, compassion, competence, communication, courage, and commitment. Communication, it is the exchange of thoughts, messages, or information that is of vital importance to the nursing practice and carrying out pharmacological doctor's orders. A nurse uses communication skills, speech, signals, writing, and behavior during patient assessment as well as the planning, implementing, and evaluating of nursing care. So, communication is essential for nurses not to commit mistakes in giving medications. Next, we have empathy. Empathy is a nurse's ability to understand, be aware of, be sensitive to, and vicariously experience the feelings, thoughts, and experiences of the patient and their family, and focus on the patient's experiences that is fundamental to the methods nurses use to manage care. Empathy is based upon respect for the dignity of the client and an appreciation for the independence and self-actualization of the patient. Therefore, if the patient questions the medication or medications they are taking, nurses must answer them with confidence and compassion. If the patient doesn't want to take medications, ask the reasons and then document. Nurses are the last barrier between any particular drug and their patient. The nurses are the last line of defense and the last person with the ability to catch a medication error before it happens. This is why it is important to be knowledgeable when it comes to drug doses, drug uses, drug side effects, and drug contraindications. In addition to the obvious benefit of protecting the patient and fulfilling the oath to do no harm, it benefits all nurses to know and be well versed in the drugs they are administering in order to protect themselves and their nursing licenses. Teaching. The most important role of a nurse is to assist patients and their families with receiving information necessary for maintaining a patient's optimal health. A nurse provides patients and families with information that is based on their assessed learning needs, their abilities, their learning preferences, and their readiness to learn. A nurse often clarifies information provided by other members of the healthcare team related to safe drug administration. Critical thinking. Nurses are constantly involved with making accurate and appropriate clinical decisions. We believe nurses must be able to think critically and make decisions when patients present problems for which there may not be clear textbook solutions. Nurses that engage in critical thinking reflect on past experiences, think independently, take risks based on knowledge, persevere in the face of difficult problems, are curious, creative, and ethical. Psychomotor skills. Nurses believe that fundamental to nursing is the laying on of hands to provide comfort and the use of specific skills to accomplish client assessment and to provide and evaluate nursing care. Nursing skills are utilized in a manner that maximizes client comfort and dignity, optimizes the client's ability to respond positively, provide highest level of accuracy of information, and provide for the most favorable patient outcomes. Applied therapeutics. A nurse applies medically ordered therapeutic modalities like pharmacological interventions. Now, a nurse's application of these modalities based on a knowledge based regarding their therapeutic uses, as well as skills in patient assessment and evaluation. The competent application of safe administration of drugs knowledge also involves its use in health and wellness, as well as when new technologies related to drug administration is the concern. A nurse plans, provides, and evaluates nursing care guided by specific ethical and legal boundaries. Nurse or nurses would believe that the Code of Ethics for Nurses provides the ideal framework for safe and correct practices and behaviors. Ethical behavior also involves accountability, responsibility, confidentiality, truthfulness, fidelity, and justice. Nurses who clarify their values are enhanced in their ability to practice ethically. Professionalism. It involves the characteristics of a nurse that reflects his or her professional status. These characteristics involve behaviors regarding self, patients, others, and the public as they reflect the values of the nursing profession. Written standards for practice and professional performance guide the behavior of professional practitioners. We believe nurses enhance their professionalism by understanding history, educational choice, professional research, and theory. The professional organizations also and the standards. That would be the end of the week 17 of the pharmacology, and this will be part of the end of uh, pharmacology in nursing. I hope everyone will be able to have learned many things here in pharmacology. Thank you very much and have a nice day.